So how do you stop copying and start creating something that is truly uniquely yours? Think of yourself as a mixologist, a little cocktail maker. You're taking inspiration, different ideas, like ingredients, you are shaking them into something that is uniquely yours. Or maybe you're a mad scientist and you're stitching together a creative Frankenstein. And what if I told you that every iconic artist like Picasso, Martha Graham, Charlie Chaplin, they mixed their influences and they created something that is undeniably their own, and now people are copying them.
Only a little piece of my ideas. This is absolutely sufficient.
Art is always some kind of remix. I want to tell you about my own cocktail of influences and give you some actionable tools to help you build something that looks and feels and moves like you. Are you ready? Let's go. Welcome, my name is Ksenia and this is where I help you become a better dancer, improviser and performer in solo jazz and swing. And if you're new here in this channel, hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me share this beautiful art form with the world and with you. And now, back to originality. Where do we start? Let's start here. No one creates from scratch. Absolutely every great artist is in some way a remix of what inspires them. Whether it's Pablo Picasso, Martha Graham or Duke Ellington, all the great artists, they take their influences and transform them into something new. You've probably heard this phrase, good artists copy, great artists steal. It's kind of often attributed to Pablo Picasso, but did you know that it's possible that he transformed T.S. Eliot, who said something very similar. Eliot wrote, "Immature poets imitate, mature poets steal. Bad poets deface what they take, and good poets make it into something better, or at least something different." So what does that mean? For me, I think it means that it's not about stealing and copying, literally. It's actually about taking what inspires you, remixing it, transforming it, and making it what feels like you.
In the name of God, now I know what it feels like to be God.
I'm a big fan of Charlie Chaplin, and he himself blended vaudeville traditions, he blended mime and his own quirks into something that is very distinctly Chaplin. You know, if you see a shadow of Chaplin, you know it's Chaplin. Picasso, on the other hand, combined classical training, African masks, and modern influences to create Cubism. Duke Ellington took ragtime and orchestral traditions and infused them with swing to make jazz symphonies. You know, I would even go bigger. Not only singular people like this do that, we do that, humanity does it. Recently I got and read a book by Martin Buckner called Culture, the Story of Us. It's very interesting because this book explores how culture throughout history is a process of borrowing. Buckner actually argues that all culture in some way is appropriated. Let's take jazz, for instance. For me, it's the most beautiful example of a form of mixology, a stunning mashup of traditions. Jazz blends European harmony and African rhythms. It absorbs influences like Chinese cymbals, for instance, in the form of drums, Cuban musical elements, and later even Latin rhythms. Of course, all while staying grounded in the African-American experience that birthed it. And let's take Lindy Hop, the couple dance of the swing era. It's no different actually. It fuses European couple dance traditions like the waltz and ballroom with African movement. Well, actually in traditional African dances there was no couple dance. There's another brilliant phrase by Pablo Picasso who said, learn the rules like a pro so you can break them like an artist. This is a joy of deconstruction. Some people are, of course, afraid of the rules being broken. So you might find, as a creator, as an artist, you might find yourself in a place where, you know, people are protecting their rules. But it's true, that's the history of humanity. We need people that keep the rules and we need the ones that break the rules. And in fact, this fantastic tension, this play of yin and yang, this black and white, this game of oppositions, this is where we thrive. This is where we exist. There's another beautiful book called Still Like an Artist by Austin Kleon, and he says perfectly, you are a mashup of what you choose to let into your life. So here straight away I would like to propose you an action. Start by creating your art ancestry tree. So write down in your history of art of what you loved and what you hated, be it food, music, actors, songs, cinema, clothes, fashion, all of it. Maybe you can even think, oh, who inspired the people I am inspired with. Trace the roots. This can be the foundation of your originality. So, let me tell you about my cocktail. I have two major characters that I developed in the last 15 years. One of them is the Charleston 20s character, which is a mix of a revolutionist flapper who actually smokes and boozes very often. A bit of Charlie Chaplin humor and slapstick, and of course a touch of animals. Different animals. In this case, a chicken. A bit of a chicken absurdity. For me, I absolutely love adding in my cocktail in Frankenstein a little bit of an animal because it allows me to be wild. It allows me to laugh at myself. The second character is, well, a little bit represented here, yeah? Is it my tuxedo lady, the lady in the suits. For the last 5 years, I've been performing always in the suit.
Gave me the courage to keep on keeping on, Jack. Yeah. Boy, I sure felt good.
It is for me a mix of power of the conductor of the orchestra, but as well Fred Astaire elegance and a little bit, of course, of Charlie Chaplin's wink and naivety, still, even if in those serious, beautiful suits. And it's funny that very often people judge me by my stage character, stage presence. Sometimes when they see me in my Charleston 20s personage, they think, my God, this woman is crazy. She's on some kind of drugs or something. If you look on the comment section under some of the videos, super popular, like viral videos from Paris Jam or So You Think You Can Dance that I did in Dnipropetrovsk in Ukraine, people go, wild, wild, she's crazy woman, clearly. But, you know, that's what the character allows me to do. That's representation of this wild era for me. What's the truth? The truth is none of this is fully me, and of course, all of this is fully me. These characters, they allow me be brave. They allow me to do wild, beautiful things on stage. Things that my other character in this life, in 2025, whose name is Ksenia, and let's be frank, it's a role too, maybe. Ksenia won't allow me to do this kind of things. It won't allow me to, grab myself here by the boobs on the or lick somebody in the audience or slap my ass, But my characters allow me to do that. And for instance, in the last 2 years, I've been working on a show called The Most Dangerous Animal in the World. And I just performed at Romania Got Talent with my sheep character, where she actually went into the audience and licked judges' face and just rolled on judges' table right there, eating their food. It's so beautiful, it's so liberating, My sheep character is a part sheep, part child, part Tina Turner, and part some kind of wild revolutionist. She's a blend of absolutely everything that excites me. And she is a blend of things that allow me to tell a story. Yes, a story. Actually, telling a story through dance, through performance, is a big part of those characters. Charleston 20s flapper and a tuxedo lady, they help me tell a story of strength, resilience, revolution, innovation, female power. My chicken Charleston and my sheep character, they allow me to be silly, to laugh at myself, to share the story of how, hey, your persona is not so serious. Come on, be shameless, because animals are shameless. Yeah, taking yourself too serious is it's just a bit sad, isn't it? Life is too short. You gotta play. So these are my characters. This is my personal remix. And now your turn, my friend. Yeah, think about personages and characters that excite you. Pick several ideas. Animals, roles, concept. What speaks to you? What's here floating around your head in your closest, aura? Don't be afraid to mix unexpected elements. That's actually what makes it spicy and juicy. Now, it's a practical part. I would like to share with you some techniques that I discovered along the way. Of course, those techniques were not the ones I learned and then I created my characters. No, to be honest, I really followed my intuition, and that is my first advice for you. The first technique, trust and follow your intuition. But maybe your intuition is not so loud yet, so we gotta follow some beautiful techniques. Listen to this. You can only do what you can do. You can only do what you can do. I love this phrase. This is from a book, A Choreographer's Handbook. Jonathan Burrows, he speaks about embracing your limits. Your limits show what actually makes you. Very often we think, oh, I can be anything, I can create anything, I can dance and improvise anything. And I tell myself, wow, Ksenia, you know, you're not so powerful, not yet. So being a little bit delusional. No, you can only improvise what you can improvise. You can't improvise ballet periods because you're not a ballet dancer. So start with what you have. You can only do what you can do. This is kind of beautiful, safe, lovely limits in a good way, yeah? So it's not your weaknesses. It's actually your strengths that define your unique artistic voice. Another action step I would like to propose to you. This is something I tell to my students in the Spotlight group whenever they submit their videos. I always ask them, what are the things you want to improve? Okay, that's lovely to figure out, to understand. But as well, what are the things you love? What are your strengths? What do you think are your gems? What are they? Name them, cherish them, amplify them even louder, because they make you. So here's the second technique, and it is about art ancestry tree that I already mentioned before. Actually, this idea I got for the first time from David Zambrano, my mentor, a teacher of a style called flying low and passing through. Here's an action step. Write down a little history of your taste. What you remember, what you loved, and even what you hated. That's what's important to both. What you loved and what you hated form the pathway on which you are creating, and they form your taste today. The third technique, take care of the quantity and the quality will come. Oh my God, I love this quote so much. It's one of my favorite books actually. It's called Artist Way by Julia Cameron. And I love so many things about this book, the morning pages, the artist dates, you know, her affirmation. I think I did this book probably 3 times in a row. So here's a very, very specific action step for you. Just create. Just make, don't look back, make 20 short choreos, don't judge, just make with love, with passion, with attention, fully investing in the process. You might ask, but how? I don't know how to make, where I start, just start. You know, even by just starting, you figure out how to start. And maybe you sometimes reinvent the wheel, that's okay. You know, people say, learn how others did it fully and then do it as well. That's possible, but as well it's possible to reinvent the wheel and rediscover things in completely different depths. Technique number 4, develop clarity about your taste. What excites you? What doesn't excite you? All of this is your barometer. You see, strong artists, they have strong taste, and it's something that, yeah, it can be developed, but as well, I believe that sometimes it can be just simply allowed. Allowed to have a taste, allowed to like this and not like that. Trust your heart, trust your instincts. Allow yourself to follow what excites you without self-doubt. I think for me it's this kind of idea is central to artistic growth. I was looking at old movie clips and seeing how exaggerated all of their shapes are and bringing that, absorbing and putting that into my dance. And I think that's what helps me to create my style, actually, that little bit of isolation, you know? Back to the taste. Hard sometimes to separate the trend and the copying. Maybe today is trendy to wear this or dance like that in a dance community. But I think it's fair to ask yourself, do you like it? Do you believe in it? Is this you? Or are you just trying to blend in to be accepted? Your taste matters, and if it's different and you are different in your taste, that brings diversity, like actual real diversity. You don't need to be cocky about your taste either and neglecting everything that exists. Just be true to yourself. Yes, this is, and yes, I'm that. Here is an action step for you. Watch 10 videos, 10 dance videos of whatever style you're doing and write down what excites you and what doesn't. Contrast of what I like and what I don't like sharpens your taste. Practice authenticity. The 1920s, for instance, could be your starting point, but your goal is to let this era spirit blend with your own personality. Elizabeth Gilbert says in her Big Magic, it might have been done before, but it hasn't been done by you. Maria's question, how do I create my 1920s character, is the question that many creators face. It's not about copying a flapper, not about copying a teacher, not about copying Chaplin or Fred Astaire. It's about figuring out many different influences, mixing what excites you into the cocktail that is unmistakably yours. And take time, you have to take time to brew it. Artistry isn't about being original for the sake of it, it's about being true to yourself. and people feel it. Every great artist finds their voice by mixing what inspires them and then adding something of their own to it. And that's the magic of creation. In my school, I don't teach people to copy me. My whole inspiration is to teach people to unlock their own voices. I give you tools, I give you ideas, I give you technique. I inspire you to improve and improvise and amplify and find out what are my weaknesses and what are my strengths. How to be an artist and not an imitator. An imitator finds one person or idea and just copies it without altering, and I believe an artist makes a unique blend that can only look like themselves. Thank you very much for sticking with me until now, and I would like you to share with me what excites you and where do you draw the line between being inspired and becoming a copy soldier in an army of imitators. Wow, that sounds serious. Drop it in the comments. I absolutely would love to hear your thoughts, and if you're ready to dive deeper into this journey, join me in the Secrets of Solo School, where we'll explore and amplify who you are.